The primary source of conflict was financial disagreements. Yella Boy and his groupmates felt they were not receiving their fair share of earnings for their music. These disputes over royalties and financial compensation led to increased frustration and distrust.
UNLV was getting hot in the city, blowing up. And it was time to, I think, renew the contract or something. And Yella was like, man, first of all, we hot, we blowing up, we want a nationwide deal. We tired of this local stuff. And Baby like, man, you gotta be patient. See, Baby looking at it, Baby had money from the streets. So he good. Yella, coming from the hood, selling. So it's like, man, listen, we got some hot song, it's time to get us a big deal. So they arguing about that, and they had to fight.
One of the most significant points of contention was between Yella Boy and Brian Birdman Williams, co-founder of Cash Money Records. It was rumored that Yella Boy allegedly pistol-whipped Birdman during an argument over these financial issues. This altercation didn't end there. It was further reported that Yella Boy also shot at Birdman's truck, which was parked in front of the Melponine projects.
It was a rumor that Yella went and shot the house up. I didn't see that. I don't believe that. That's what they running with, people saying that. But I don't believe that happened. But Yella started riding around with that pump shotgun though. And he was playing that Dragon from the River too. He used to ride around that pump with the pump shotgun and play that Dragon from the River. He had this silver, it was a trooper, a little silver trooper with a lot of sound, that he would go all through the 17 wall looking for mystical. Yella was a wild boy.
These violent confrontations indicated the severe frustration and animosity that had developed between Yella Boy and Cash Money Records management. The pistol whipping incident, in particular, had been cited by many as a pivotal moment that escalated the conflict to dangerous levels. This act of aggression allegedly played a significant role in the ongoing tension and contributed to the hostile environment surrounding Yella Boy in his final days. And the internal conflicts were not limited to financial issues. There were also significant power struggles and disagreements about the direction of the group's music and their place within Cash Money Records. As Cash Money began to sign more acts, such as the Hot Boys, the dynamics within the label changed, leading to further tension and competition among the artists. Yella's presence alone could instill fear among other artists, including Turk, who would later become a member of the Hot Boys.
To becoming like, I don't know if they thought that we was trying to take their shine or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It could have been that, I don't know, but it never was our intentions to be the next UNLV, man, because we all looked up to UNLV. I know I did. I was a fan. I tell y'all all the time, I believe Tech is locked up. I was a fan of them.
Turk recounted a specific incident from his high school days in an interview with Vlad TV. On this particular day, Yella Boy came to Turk's school looking for him. Aware of Yella Boy's fearsome reputation and his involvement in street activities, Turk decided to hide rather than risk a confrontation.
I remember one story, man. Yella Boy pulled up. I was going to high school. I was catching the bus. I ain't even had no car or nothing. So they were like, man, Yella Boy out there, you know what I'm saying? So, I was like, damn. All the while I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, they mad because, you know what I'm saying, we the next up and coming group, and you know what I'm saying, it ain't about UNLV no more. So Yella Boy out there, I'm hiding in the hallway, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm young though, So bam, I'm like, man, I ain't about to go out with him, cause I done heard so much stories about him, like he thugging, he gangster, did that, right? You know what I'm saying? So bam, I didn't come out, man. I came out after he left.
The rumors of the Hot Boys potentially taking over the spotlight from UNLV only added to the existing tension and rivalry between the artists. Turk explained that he had heard stories about Yella Boy's gangster ways and did not want to walk around in front of him, especially given the volatile environment at the time. This fear was not unfounded, as Yella Boy's aggressive actions had earned him a formidable reputation in the New Orleans rap scene. The culmination of these conflicts led to a breaking point. In 1996, it was rumored that Birdman wanted to drop UNLV from the label due to the ongoing disputes and things escalating. This decision was met with fierce resistance from Yella Boy, who was deeply committed to the group's success and their position within Cash Money Records.
Well, there was a rumor that there were some unpaid royalties around that time.
Yeah, we didn't find out that until like after, once we had got off the contract. That's when, you know, we went to discovering like, damn, you know, everything we done had this and, you know, had that, and ain't nothing was out in our name. So that's when the attorneys came and play and shit like that. And we found out that, you know, we had some unpaid royalties. And we also found out that, you know, I don't know how clear to put it, but they didn't know what they was doing. So, you know.
One of the most persistent rumors centered around Birdman Williams and his alleged involvement in Yella Boy's hit. Yella Boy's aggressive actions included, supposedly, shooting at Birdman's car and house, further fueled these speculations. Many believe that Birdman might have sought retaliation for these confrontations, leading to suspicions about his role in Yella Boy's hit. Adding to the intrigue, Birdman's 2002 song, What Happened to That Boy, featuring clips, contained the line, "What happened to that boy? He was talking shit. We put a clap into that boy." Some have interpreted this line as a veiled reference to Yella Boy's hit. However, Birdman has consistently denied any involvement, stating in a 2002 interview with XXL, "That's some shit I don't know nothing about." Despite his denial, these rumors persist. Fellow UNLV member Lil Yah had also addressed these rumors. In various interviews, Lil Yah has refuted the claim that Birdman was involved in Yella Boy's hit. He expressed his belief that the song, What Happened to That Boy, was not a reference to the incident and that Birdman had no role in Yella Boy's passing. Lil Yah's statement had provided some counterbalance to the speculations, but have not entirely quelled the rumors.
Well, Yella and Baby had a physical fight during the Uptown for Life period. You know, we were shooting a video for Uptown for Life. They had a physical fight. They got into a whoop-de-whoop. You know, that shit was squashed a couple of weeks later. You know, before as the pistol whipping and all that shit, that's rumors, man. Yella did actually go to his house looking for him and, you know, shot up the house and shit. But pistol whipped him and, nah, he didn't do that, man.
Another figure who had been mentioned in connection with Yella Boy's death is Terrence Gangsta Williams, Birdman's half-brother.
That's been murder that people, whoever just been silent with it. It's just been quiet. It's just like nobody never talked about that. People always talk about the fight, talk about the song, talk about how wild Yella was, but they've never had someone to come out and say, yeah, I know one did that, or that come from this hood or this block. They just found him in the truck with hair, getting high.
Terrence Williams has a notorious reputation in the New Orleans underworld, and his involvement in various criminal activities have made him a person of interest in this case. In interviews, Williams has denied any involvement in Yella Boy's hit, suggesting that others with closer ties to Yella Boy might have been responsible.
The feds cleared me from that because they had to do their investigation. So it happened, Birdman, Slim, Lil Wayne, Juvenile, BG Turk, all those was out in Lafayette at a concert. And it was at them little motel, looked like a little house. Who was there. Tech 9 drove out there to tell us that Yella had got killed. But it's sad because people will point the finger and say, I did this, I did that, and I'll be with the president, but because of my reputation for them knowing me doing stuff, I get blamed for it.
He emphasized that tracing Yella Boy's former associates could potentially lead to an answer, though many of them are either deceased or incarcerated. The lack of concrete evidence and numerous speculations have left Yella Boy's hit officially unsolved. Yella Boy's farewell service was a deeply personal affair, with his closest family and friends gathered to say their final goodbyes. The rapper was laid to rest in the city that shaped his life and career. His grave has since become a site of remembrance for fans who continue to honor his legacy and the music he left behind. Rest in peace, Yella Boy.